Okay, so today we're checking out more Love Bites. This is Edge of the World live. That was interesting. This is a pretty big venue, too. This is not like a tiny venue. You could almost hear a pin drop. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to ask the piano part that is being played by Miyako. I know she's done some other. So I did another song where she played piano, and I think it had a Chopin, I think is how it's pronounced, an intro from a classical composer or something along those lines, maybe even outro too. So this is Love Bites Edge of the World. Is this 100% original? Was the piano actually written by her for this song, or is that from another song? Just curious because I don't know any classical music. I don't recognize it. I don't believe it's anybody else's song. I think it's hers, but just curious what the fans have to say. Beautiful voice, awesome work on the guitar, creating a nice, clean atmosphere. Like I said at the beginning, it was very interesting for being such a big room. You're really at a point where you could almost hear a pin drop, and that's very respectful. Okay. I love her stance afterwards, too. Okay, so you get to learn a little bit more about me today. I'm kind of a goob that still likes to watch professional wrestling, or WWE, or whatever the hell we're calling that, sports entertainment, or whatever it may be. Watched it with the kids, watched it growing up my whole life. After she hits this note, I'm going to back it up a little bit, but after she hits this note, she's standing there with just this pause that's just like, it's like watching a female wrestler stand in the ring and be like, come on, I'll beat your ass. She knows she nailed that. Come get some. That's what she's saying. You want some? Come get some. going to get this, but that was a really cool little energy change. Thought it was going to actually keep going, and then it pulled off, which made it even more interesting. All sorts of coolness in that little transition. First of all, I wish she would have held that note out as well too. I just very big fan of when she does that. I know it's like she can't do it every time, dude. Like, I know. I'll get over it. But in this transition also, let us talk about, and Haruna. I rarely talk about her. The interesting part about Haruna for me is she always serves the song. She's amazing. She's a badass drummer. But it's pretty rare that I hear stuff from what she's doing to where I'm like, oh, that's kind of a feature for her, or that really sets something different. She's done a really, really, really good job of doing more than just keeping the beat, but fitting the song perfectly. What I'm paying attention to here that I hear is that is kind of unique and a little bit offsetting is what she's doing with her right hand, and I don't know the name of the cymbal she's hitting. It's maybe some sort of ride. It looks like it's upside down. I don't know all the names, but she's using that right hand to create a little bit different atmosphere off the cymbal. Watch this. Maybe you've listened to this song 1,000 times before and you're like, holy crap, I've never even paid attention to that. I don't know why I did, but tink, 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 tink. Listen to everything else that's happening in between, but how she's just setting that mood, tone, whatever you want to call it, with that right hand is pretty cool. I'm no drummer. That's got to be difficult. I mean, her feet are going, and her upper body is not in a different. Maybe it is a different time signature. I don't know. Drummers help me. But her feet are doing one thing, and her hand is doing something that seems like it's in an alternate timing. Really cool. Really cool. This has got like some Kill 'Em All Metallica vibe to it. Also Maiden, but yeah. Are you hearing what she's doing on the right hand now? Are you cursing me? Are you like, damn it, now I'll never not be able to hear that? Maybe you already did. I don't know. It just, You never know what I'm going to find myself fixating on in some of these videos. You would think it's predictable because I'm a guitar player, but it really isn't. Something unique sticks out all the time. For me right now, in this specific moment, nothing about the rest of the songs till this moment did she not show me her glamorous use of that right hand and kind of alternating time. Can't even. I'm over here trying to visualize myself like 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, and I can't get this one to stay on a solid beat while I try to add that skip. Both hands end up doing it. That's how much bodily control you have to really have to. I was never a drummer because I could never get all my body parts to work at the same time. You're lucky I can get these two hands to do anything. Here comes their Testament influence. Okay, she's ripped. That's Midori, right? Is that how we say that? Somebody told me in a previous video that she is some sort of fitness competition competitor. Like she's, and so I'm kind of looking, and I'm looking at her hands right there, literally, and it's kind of, I mean, look at that meaty hand. Like, I bet she breaks fingers when she shakes hands. She's ripped. I mean, she's not like a massive bodybuilder per se, but she's definitely in shape. I'm starting to kind of notice that now as I watch more of the band and I go back through some of the comments and remember some of these things. Like, she's absolutely ripped. What? Look at her arms. Another change. There's the thrash piano. And there's been piano throughout the song. I haven't noticed if it's been everywhere in the song. I don't think it's been everywhere, but the thrash piano is back now. I think the thrash piano was something I noticed a couple of songs of theirs ago too. So we're just gonna stick with that phrase now. Yeah, that's thrash piano. I'm gonna call that thrash piano. I got a question for everybody. I've played a lot of music and I've played a lot of live shows in front of lights very similar to this. Actually, I would have to say the lights I played in front of them probably weren't as bright and probably weren't as hot. How is nobody sweating? How? Haruna's back there just a machine. Ding ding. Just everything's going off at one point. This woman looks like she hasn't had a drop of sweat leave her. None of them do. How are they up there rocking out in front of those lights? Just, I've been on, like I said, I've been on stage. It's hot up there. How are you not just, especially Haruna, how is she not just dripping in sweat? Maybe that's more of a testament to their conditioning or their power or whatever it may be. But I'm just kind of noticed that it's like, hold on, we're at the end. Where are we at in the concert here? This is a 7.5 minute long song. She's back there just destroying the drums. And every time the camera hits them, it's like there's not a drop of sweat on anybody. They are this talented and they can sit there and not even sweat? I need to know the secret. Nice. Well, that was Love Bites, Edge of the World. And it is yet another Love Bites song that I loved. Man, that whole journey started out here. Here we are again. Pin drop. Listen to this. This is a big venue. There's thousands of people in here. I mean, that is quiet. I mean, that is just quiet for a huge room like that. Very respectful on their parts. I don't know if where this concert was played at or if it's a just respect for the ladies, a cultural thing. I have no idea. But man, it was very interesting to hear that. Everything kind of draw out of the room and you can just hear just the room itself existing. But let's not forget this song started out like this. So I'll ask again, is that her original written part? I'm sure it probably was, but I don't know. And the only other experience I have with her doing much of the piano, I believe, was the Chopin thing. Maybe Empty Daydream too. Oh, God, I don't know at this point in time. In case you're wondering, like most of these songs, I've still only heard once. If you're like, man, he's been doing this for a long time. I haven't gone back to most of them for the second time yet, even, just because I'm still just discovering new music. But this was fantastic. Had all the great Love Bites elements for me. We had the two dueling guitars, long holdouts on the vocals. We had the ballad quiet section that kind of built up into something bigger and greater. And not that she's unnoticeable, but I was really able to pay more attention to Haruna this time. It seemed like she was carrying a little bit more emphasis on the song for me. That's probably just coming with more experience and having listened to the band more. The more I hear them, the more I can start hearing the other parts of music that I might not necessarily always stick out to me. But that was fantastic, fun. I'm completely impressed by these ladies. Once again, I am still genuinely curious how, like, it doesn't look like they're even breaking a sweat on stage. Like, we play a show, and I'm on stage for like 30 minutes. Now, I thrash around pretty hard. You know, we're pretty heavy about that. But let's just talk about my drummer. That man can take his shirt off after the show and just wring it out. I'm sure they're probably sweating and they're just great at hiding it, but my God, they just make everything look so effortless. All the way down to the point of like, I can't even see the sweat on them. That's how awesome this band is. I love Love Bites. You said I wouldn't dislike any songs. I've yet to dislike one. I've yet to even listen to one that I really just kind of didn't like. I so far love everything about this band, and that's because a lot of their influences are that of an old school thrash metalhead like me. If you're coming over from one of my other videos, that should have given you a taste of all of what Love Bites does. The clean, the pretty, the big, the giant, the guitar playing thrashery, the dueling solos, the fantastic pinpoint drum work, the unique composition with the piano, the thrash piano at the end. Like, you got everything there, guys. Go check out the Love Bites playlist and become a bigger fan, and then go check out some of my other stuff. Always read the comments, because if you don't know anything about the bands that I am reacting to, I can assure you that their fan bases are educating us in the comments. And it's not always just Wikipedia stuff. A lot of times it's things they get to know about the band from coverage in the areas that they're in. I happen to be in the United States. We don't hear about this band, so I learn most of what I learn from you guys. So if you are checking this out for the first time, go read the comments, go check out the other videos.